Okay, so for this homework, correct the sentences. It says, copy each sentence onto the line below, correcting and adding the missing punctuation. Top tip, don't forget the apostrophes in contractions, example, can't, or the possessive apostrophes, example, the girl's book. So remember the apostrophes, like this is cannot shortened with this little mark up here, and this means that the girl, this is her book, and you say the girl's book with an apostrophe there. Okay, so these are things to look out for in these sentences you're going to do. So, first of all, this page is what I want you to start with. And it says, C is for command. These are orders that tell us to do something. They can end in a full stop or an exclamation mark. So check this out. These are different kind of commands. A command is when you are being told to do something. Like, I might in class simply say sit down. And so the tone of my voice will decide if it's going to be a period or if it's going to be an exclamation mark. So if I say sit down, it's just going to be a period. But if I yell, sit down, it's going to be an exclamation mark. Or I might say, okay, everybody stand up. And it's just a period. Or I might get mad and yell, stop talking! And that would be an exclamation. All of these are command sentences, okay? So what you're going to do is you are given two sentences over here. And you're going to fix them, okay? But first, let's look at the rest of them. This one is E is for exclamation. These sentences express excitement or emotion and start with what or how. They usually end in an exclamation mark. So normally, remember I told you that questions usually start with what or how, but there are other sentences that aren't questions that can start with what or how. For example, how awful, or how pretty you are, or what an amazing picture. None of these are questions, but they start with how or what, and because of that, they're going to end with an exclamation mark, okay? Now, I think you guys have a pretty good understanding of questions. So Q is for questions. These sentences ask questions and end with a question mark. All right, and then S is for statement. These sentences tell us facts and usually end with a full stop. So let's do this first one. It says, come here right now. So look at here. The C is not capitalized, and there is no ending punctuation. So what you're going to do is you're going to write on this line in good handwriting this sentence properly. So it should look like this. A capital C, come here right now. This is an exclamation. Okay? Now, the next one, stand still. It doesn't need to be an exclamation. It can just be a calm stand still, but it's a command. Okay, so you're going to do these sentences. There's 8 for each of these letters. These letters are you're going to need to remember them for the next page. Okay, so the next page, there's a few of the pages that look like this. So what you're doing, you have the explanation for them here. C is for command, E is for exclamation, Q is for question, S is for statement. Okay, so you're going to refer back to this as you go through each one. Okay, so here's the example. What shall we do today? Okay, you need to say it. What is it? Is it a command? Is it an exclamation? Is it a question or a statement? What shall we do today? Well, that's a question, right? So you're going to mark the box that has a Q. And then below it, you're going to write it the way it should be written. You're going to capitalize the first word, what shall we do today? And end it with a question mark. Okay, and so you're just going to do several of these, and they're going to either be a command, an exclamation, a question, or a statement. So it's pretty simple, but I want you guys really to practice writing nicely, okay, for all of these. Okay, so this last one looks like this. So let's talk about adjectives, okay? An adjective is a describing word. I've been talking about describing words for the past few weeks. Okay, so here's a sentence. There was a spider in the bathroom. This is just a regular sentence. But if we add adjectives, the sentence becomes more interesting. And we can make it like this. There was a huge hairy spider in the bathroom. So these two words describe the spider. He was huge and hairy. Okay? How about this? This is a regular sentence. A slug was in my kitchen. When we add an adjective, we might turn it into this. A slimy, sticky slug was in my kitchen. So it's describing this slug, slimy and sticky. I found a ladybird on a leaf. Adding an adjective, I found a tiny ladybird on a big leaf. A butterfly flew into my house. A blue and white butterfly flew into my house. The worm dug through the soil. The wiggly pink worm dug through the soil. Okay, so that might help you with what an adjective is. So for these, it's going to give you all of these words, and you're going to sort these words down here. There's going to be happy words, small words, pretty words, sad words, big words, scary words. So let's just look at a few of these. So I will help you with finding one for each of these boxes, and then you have to find the rest, where the rest of these go. Okay, so let's take a look at afraid. Afraid is a scary word. They mean the same thing. Scary or scared also means afraid. Okay. Then we have elegant. Elegant means pretty. Okay, it means it's like being pretty. Like you can say, if a woman is dressed really fancy, you would say she looks elegant. And it would also mean pretty. Okay, then we have glum. Glum means sad. It's very similar to being sad. Okay. Then we have the word large. And this would be big, a big, words about being big. So large would go here. Now let's skip these and do amused. Amused is like they're happy or they find something is funny, but it's a meaning, it's a happy word. Okay, and so let's find a word that means small. A small word would be short. Somebody who is short is small. Okay, so here is the beginning of what you need to do. So basically, there's probably going to be words up here that you don't know the meaning of. This is why you're going to need to look up the meaning on your phone. You can translate it into Arabic or whatever you need to do. Either get a definition in English or translate it into Arabic and decide if it's a happy word, a small word, a pretty word, a scary word, a big word, or a sad word. Okay? So that is it. Have a great weekend, guys.